The little baby shark lived near a gentle coral garden where tiny bubbles rose from the sandy floor and sunlight made bright patterns that trembled with the waves. The days were calm there. Soft currents carried the scent of seagrass, and the reef swayed like a meadow under the sky of water. The little baby shark felt safe, but the heart inside the small body always beat with a quiet curiosity. There was so much more of the ocean to see, and every morning the light above called like a promise. One morning, while gliding through the forest of branching coral, the little baby shark noticed something pale and round half buried in the sand. It shone faintly even in the shade, like a small moon that had fallen to the seafloor. The shark circled once, then twice, letting the water still, and drifted closer. Resting there was a single pearl, perfect and smooth, with a soft glow that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of the ocean. The little baby shark had never held a pearl before. The shark nudged it gently and felt the cool surface roll under a fin. It was beautiful and bright, but it did not feel like it belonged here all alone. Pearls were treasures kept safe inside shells, and shells were part of coral gardens and quiet coves where they stayed with their families of sand and stone. The little baby shark looked around. No open shell waited nearby. No quiet whisper rose from a clam to say mine. Only the steady hush of water filled the reef. A feeling bloomed in the little baby shark's chest like a warm light. The pearl wanted to go home. The shark did not know where that home was yet, but the ocean always gave signs to those who swam with care. The little baby shark nudged the pearl into a fold of seagrass and balanced it gently there, then began to search. The reef led to a slope of pale sand, the kind that held stories in the lines of currents and the trails of small creatures. The little baby shark followed a set of tiny grooves that curved like delicate writing. The grooves ended at a cluster of rocks where shy crabs peered out with patient eyes. Their shells were painted by time in rust and gold. The little shark dipped lower and admired them. Everything here had a place, the shells, the rocks, the soft nests of sand. A pearl without a shell had simply lost its path. The current changed, turning cooler and more insistent. It slid along the shark's sides, asking for attention, and the little baby shark listened. The water moved toward a deep channel where the seafloor fell away into blue. The shark had never gone this far alone but felt a steady courage, as if the pearl itself gave strength. With a small flick of the tail, the little shark returned to the fold of seagrass, gently rolled the pearl onto the sand, and pushed it ahead through the low waving blades. The pearl moved easily, light as a thought. The channel opened like a grand hallway lined with tall towers of coral. Small fish darted through arches and windows of stone. The little baby shark guided the pearl along the smoothest patches, stopping often to rest and listen. The water held a song, low and humming, that seemed to come from the dark beyond. The shark imagined a quiet cove where shells clicked shut like sleepy eyes, and where a missing pearl would be welcomed with relief. A familiar shadow passed overhead, an old turtle drifting with the tide, wise and unhurried. The little baby shark felt comforted by the turtle's steady motion. Every graceful sweep of its flippers promised that patience could carry a traveler through any waters. The shark swam onward, nudging the pearl along the channel floor. Farther on, the channel widened into a plain of rippled sand. There, the current slowed, and a hush settled. Out of the stillness, a gentle glow appeared ahead, faint and milky, as if mist were hiding inside the water. The little baby shark guided the pearl toward the light. The glow grew stronger, and the shark's heart lifted. Beyond a cluster of rocks lay a small cove. The walls were lined with shells, pale, patterned, and pearly, with hinges that opened and closed like breathing. The cove felt holy and quiet. The water resonated with a soft chiming, like the memory of bells. The little baby shark paused at the entrance, letting the water still around the pearl. The shells seemed to listen. A large shell near the back sat slightly open, and inside, a dim shape suggested an empty nest, an oval depression where something round should have rested. The little baby shark nudged the pearl forward with all the care in the ocean. The pearl rolled across the smooth stone and settled within the hollow of the open shell. The light inside the cove deepened, not brighter, but warmer, as if the water itself sighed in relief. The shell closed halfway, then opened a little again. The chiming faded, replaced by a calm that felt like a smile. The little baby shark floated motionless, tail barely moving. The heart beat slow and steady. A quiet understanding settled in. Returning the pearl had not only guided the pearl home, it had also guided the shark's own small courage into a stronger shape. Helping something find its place had helped the little shark find its own. For a time, the shark remained in the cove, soaking in the peace. Tiny creatures moved along the rock like drifting stars. A shy octopus slid from a crack, changed colors to match the stone, then disappeared again, a painter leaving no mark. Life continued in its soft way. Nothing demanded praise. Nothing asked for more than careful attention. When the little baby shark finally turned to go, the current outside the cove felt different. It was playful now, nudging from behind, guiding with small hands. The shark swam back across the sand plain and up the channel, light in body and bright in heart. Far above, beams of sun broke through in long ladders that reached down and touched the reef. A school of fish surrounded the little baby shark, tiny bodies moving together like a ribbon blown by wind. The shark slowed so as not to scatter them, and for a while moved in their rhythm. To travel with others and match their pace felt like a new kind of treasure, one that did not shine but glowed quietly in the chest. Near home again, the coral garden greeted the little baby shark with familiar colors. The sand paths were just as soft, the seagrass just as welcoming. Yet everything looked new. The place where the pearl had first been found now seemed simply part of a larger story. The reef had not changed, but the little baby shark had. As evening reached even the deepest water, the sea softened and cooled. The little baby shark tucked into a hollow of rock lined with velvet algae and watched the last golden threads fade from the surface. The day had been more than a swim from one place to another. It had been a gentle proof that kindness could travel farther than any fin could push. It could pass from creature to creature, from cove to reef, and return as calm in the heart. The next morning, the little baby shark visited the coral garden again and paused, remembering the cove and the quiet shell. The shark did not need to see the pearl to feel its presence. Knowing that it rested safely where it belonged filled the water with a sweetness that could not be seen but could be felt in every slow breath. Days later, when the current turned strong and the water dimmed with a passing cloud of plankton, the little baby shark did not feel small or lost. The memory of the cove was a lantern that did not flicker. The shark swam carefully through the green water and found the familiar arch of coral that marked the path home. Confidence grew like coral itself, adding layers over time, patient and bright. Now, when the little baby shark found a tangled piece of seagrass or a trapped shell caught between stones, small nudges set them free. Nothing was too small to help. The ocean was full of fragile goodness that traveled better when each creature carried a little of it. One afternoon, as the water warmed and the reef glittered in soft light, a cluster of young clams opened and closed near the sand. The little baby shark drifted by, sending no waves to disturb them, and thought of all the hidden homes and quiet lives in the sea. The shark did not need to keep a pearl to feel rich. The ocean itself was treasure enough. When night finally gathered and the surface turned to silver, the little baby shark rested once more. The heartbeat slowed, the water hummed, and the story of the pearl settled like a lullaby into the reef. Courage, kindness, and the sense of finding a place were no longer faraway ideas. They were part of the little baby shark now, as steady as the tide. And so the little baby shark continued to grow, gentle and brave, carrying the calm of the cove and the glow of the pearl in a way that did not weigh anything at all. Each day began with curiosity, and each night ended with gratitude, in the great blue home that always knew how to welcome a small heart back.